Right now at 7, details on how to take in the Super Bowl on a budget and what you need to know if you're going out to watch the game. Plus, a Badger connection. Our Jalen Banks shares how Wisconsin great Leo Chenal shines as bright off the field as he does on it. That's all ahead here on Weekend Mornings. And again, good morning. Thanks for joining us on this new hour. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Here alongside me is Jacob Montesano with a first check at today's forecast. But Jacob, before we get into some weather, I do got to ask, have any plans for today's game?
Not really. I'm probably just gonna watch at home. Maybe
Just
make some pizza. Yeah, me and
go out anywhere.
My fiance is a big fan of football, so she'll be.
I think
she'll be tuned in.
She's a big fan of Taylor Swift too, from what I
Yes,
understand.
yes, she is. I think we'll be pulling for the Chiefs.
I think you'll be watching.
I'm kind of pulling for the Niners, but I'm actually pretty indifferent. I do think the Chiefs are going to win. Now, as we look at the sorry, what'd you say?
No. Let's get into the weather.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's take a look at the forecast outside right now. We're seeing plenty of cloud cover. Current temperatures in the upper 20s, very similar to yesterday. Temperatures will remain above average. You know, we keep talking about, above, below, near average. Here's a look at what we normally see. So here is the actual average. We see a normal of a high of 30, low of 14, and we've been above that for about a month now. The last time we were below average was the middle of January. And if we take a look at some of the low temperatures lately, they've been close to the average high temperature that we normally see for this time of the year. Also, that's a very nice sunrise, I do want to point out. Now, here's a look at the current temperatures outside, mostly in the upper 20s. A few locations east of La Crosse are in the teens, but for the most part, very similar to yesterday morning. And the forecast today will be very similar to yesterday. Right now, we aren't seeing any precipitation, not really a lot of precipitation for several hundred miles. There is some snow in the central plains and also some rain in the mid-Atlantic, but for the most part, our entire region is dry. And here's a look at your forecast for today. Cloudy skies early, sunshine later, highs in the upper 30s. That's also the case for Madison. So again, very similar to yesterday. I'll have a full detailed forecast for the upcoming week, though, coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Now, obviously, the Super Bowl is today. If you're hosting a party and haven't gotten any snacks yet, then you can expect to spend a little more than last year. That's because the price of groceries are slightly higher. And what if you want to watch the big game at a bar? Jen Sullivan breaks down this year's cost.
It's often the most watched TV event every year in the U.S., the Super Bowl. Roughly 112 million people across the country plan to throw or attend a Super Bowl party this weekend, and more than 16 million plan to watch at a bar or restaurant, according to the National Retail Federation. And with Super Bowl 58 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers being hosted in Las Vegas, you can expect big crowds and high prices in Sin City.
It's a big weekend in Las Vegas.
If you want to travel to Vegas just to watch the game at a bar or casino, here's what you can expect to pay. The average price for a hotel room this upcoming weekend is $391 per night, according to travel platform Hopper. Compare that to this past weekend, prices were $161 a night.
I don't think we're going to be able to score some great Super Bowl deals.
It will be much cheaper to watch from your couch. The National Retail Federation says total Super Bowl spending for food, drinks, apparel, and decorations are expected to reach a record $17.3 billion. That averages out to $86.04 per person.
A Super Bowl party at home is going to be the best way to get the bang for your buck.
Shoppers are still paying more for food. According to a Super Bowl food spending report by Wells Fargo, ground beef prices are up nearly 12% compared to a year ago. But the price of fresh chicken wings is cheaper, averaging $3.26 a pound. Here's a savings tip. That same report suggests canned soft drinks will cost more than bottled ones. That's partly because the cost of aluminum is higher.
And of course, people will surely be calling in sick Monday morning once the Super Bowl fun has worn off. Bet Kentucky found out which states will have the most likely chance of waking up with a hangover. Wisconsin ranks number 6 in America for being the most likely to wake up with a hangover. Their index score is at 44.7 there at the bottom of your screen. The factors that were used to create this index score are Google searches mentioning hangovers, percent of people admitting to binge drinking, number of liquor establishments, and alcohol consumption in gallons. 4 years ago, the Chiefs and the 49ers battled in the big game. Now 4 years later, and they meet up again. This time, however, the Chiefs have a Madison connection in Badger great Leo Chenal. Our Jalen Banks had the chance to speak with Chenal's high school head coach, who says Leo the person is just as awesome as Leo the football player.
Many in Madison know Leo Chenal as one of the many great Badger players who'd go on to get drafted to the NFL and win a Super Bowl. But for those from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and his high school head coach, he's just good old Leo.
Since he is back quite a bit, you know, you get a chance to talk to him, and he's still kind of the same guy. He's full of energy. He's a very positive person. He was a kid that back in high school that he was always willing to help out no matter what it was. He says a lot. He's so grounded, and it's one of the best things about him.
And Coach Hale says from an early age, you could tell Leo was just different.
As a freshman, I always remember this because he's walking up to the weight room, and I was behind him, and me and my dad, who also coaches, we just kind of looked at each other like, this kid's, he's built like a man. He's different, and he's just like an instant impact, and just you kind of knew he belonged, and you knew he was going to be something special.
Now Leo looks to become the first Badger since James White to play in back-to-back Super Bowls and be a part of one of the few franchises to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
That's our Jalen Banks reporting. And now some more local news. Despite warmer weather, Madison's Winter Carnival carried off with a modified schedule on Saturday. Among the events this weekend was an appearance of part of an inflatable version of Lady Liberty at Liberty Mall instead of Lake Mendota due to the thinning ice. In fact, all of the events that were scheduled to take place on Lake Mendota were moved or canceled due to the warm weather.
It's just a wonderful day to just get out, break loose from the house for a little bit, get out and just enjoy a wonderful day.
The Winter Carnival has always included events on both ice and land, so no matter the temperature, there still was going to be plenty happening. Areas of southern Wisconsin are continuing their recovery efforts after a pair of tornadoes brought destruction this week. Our Braden Ross was back in Evansville on Saturday to share how residents are already coming together to rebuild.
This is the aftermath of Wisconsin's first February tornado in history. You can see destruction everywhere. But what you'll also find after a storm like this one is that it brings a community like this one together to clean up. And that's the aftermath that really counts.
I really love a sunrise, but that day was scary.
Devastating. That's how Heidi Kroll describes the moment she saw the damage an EF2 tornado did to her family farm.
You don't think it's going to happen to you until it does.
Ashley James was inside this house on that farm when the tornado hit.
It just got super loud. We ran down to the basement and we just hear glass smashing like everything. Within like a minute, like everything was done, and we got back upstairs to see like the damage.
What they found was destruction beyond what they could have imagined.
Where do we start? Like we literally just stood on the porch and we're like, okay.
But just 2 days later, Heidi and Ashley are in good spirits, all thanks to a little help from their community.
Look at these people. I mean, there's hundreds.
Friends, family, and even some strangers came out to help them get ahead on the long road to recovery.
Something that we thought was going to take us 4 months is probably honestly going to take us the weekend.
It's that community spirit that gives Ashley and Heidi the strength to keep going.
Seeing everybody helping out and knowing that we're okay and we can rebuild, so it's just objects. So.
And while many of those objects may be lost, it's the ones left standing that they're choosing to focus on.
Grandpa Ralph Kroll redoes farm all tractors. I think he has 10 to 15 tractors. When Patrick Kroll and Balin Kroll were born, he redid the tractors and he wrote on it, Balin's tractor, love Grandpa in the year, right? Rollers on its side, the excavators on its side. These tractors are still standing unaffected. It's a miracle.
Reporting in Rock County, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
If you'd like to help those affected by the tornado, you can drop off donations at the Evansville Fire Department from 9 to 5 today. They say bottled water and non-perishable snacks have been going quickly. Time now is 7:09. Still ahead, Shane Hogan has this week's health conversation on winter skincare. And let's take a live look outside. Jacob will have another check of his forecast just ahead on weekend mornings.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Here we go.
Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Family. No matter how you define it, brother and sister, best friends, or father and son, family is what brings us together.
Family is the support that gives us the strength to go out and make the world a better place.
The time you spend together is valuable, now more than ever. We'd like to thank you for taking a minute and spending that time with our Cleary family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cleary Building Corp. Since 1978.
This Valentine's Day, get a Heartbaker pizza from Papa Murphy's. You complete us. And we mean that literally. With Take and Bake, we prepare it, you make it yours. So make us yours today for just $11. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic. And it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house. Because the Tempur-Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it. All night, every night.
Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Quarterback gets ready, steps up, hands off the wrist to the running back.
Oh, Ritz.
He spins outside.
What you got there?
Avoids pressure. Stretches and brings it home.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
No two accidents are the same, so don't let the insurance company treat you just like another number. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We'll give you the attention you need. We've helped tens of thousands of people get the money they deserve. One call, that's all.
Today, we seize the day, because at U.S. Cellular, you can get an epic Samsung Galaxy S24 with Galaxy AI.
Even me?
Look under your chair. That's right.
Get the Samsung Galaxy S24 on us, U.S. Cellular.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the upcoming week. We're going to be fairly dry going forward. We do have a few small chances of precipitation, but for the most part, we're not going to see a lot of it. We'll see above average temperatures to start the week, closer to average for next week. We may finally see a day below average, and it's been almost a month since we have seen that here in Madison. And the snow showers, they're mostly going to be Wednesday night, but again, we're not expected to see a lot of accumulation. Now, here's a look at the temperatures over the last 2 weeks. Here's the normal level. We've been above normal each of the last 14 days, and that goes even beyond just the last 2 weeks. The week before that was mostly above average. But if we look at the next 2 weeks, it does look like we're going to see at the very least temperatures closer to average by the end of the week, and we may finally start to see a day or two where we're going to be below average. It's been a while, but the trend is starting to shift just a little bit. Now here's a look at the precipitation forecast. Just some on and off cloud covers for the next couple of days. This will be through Tuesday. By the time we get to Wednesday, we may start to see some snow showers for those of you near La Crosse, especially north of La Crosse. This will be kind of Wednesday morning, but by Wednesday afternoon, it will mostly be in the far northern portion of the state. And then as we get towards Wednesday night, we are going to see another system move into our area, this time the far southern portion of Wisconsin. But this system will be very quick, similar to the one Wednesday morning in the central portion of the state. Should clear out by Thursday morning. And then by Thursday afternoon, we are going to be dry, and we certainly aren't expecting to see any accumulation from either of these small systems. So here's a look at the precipitation chances for Madison. Almost 0% chance of precipitation through Wednesday. Wednesday night and Thursday, we could see some snow showers, maybe some flurries on Friday, but again, we're really not going to see much. So here's a look at the forecast for today. We'll have high temperatures in the upper 30s. A few locations could get to around 40, but still, pretty similar to yesterday, upper 30s. And then for tonight, we are going to continue to see the clear skies. Lows will be in the upper 20s to lower 30s. For tomorrow, it will be a bit warmer, but still going to see plenty of sunshine. Highs will be around 40, possibly middle 40s to the south of Madison in Janesville. Now here's a look at the 10-day forecast for La Crosse. By the time we get to Wednesday, La Crosse could see highs in the middle to upper 40s, but then that snow will move in, and at the very least, it will cool things off for the end of the week with high temperatures possibly in the upper 20s for Friday and Saturday. And it looks like temperatures will remain pretty similar to this for next week. Temperatures may be a little bit warmer for Sunday, but still much closer to average. And Friday and Saturday may finally be days where we're below average for the entire day. Again, we haven't seen that since the middle of January, but it does look like we're going to see those temperatures back to cold levels. Still not extremely cold. I mean, we've obviously seen worse, and we're still bound to probably see temperatures get colder than that before the winter is up. But still, at the very least, we'll see more winter-like temperatures by the end of the week.
Jacob, thank you. President Biden is firing back at a Justice Department report that has raised questions about his mental acuity. The White House calls comments from the special counsel gratuitous and wrong, but it has given ammunition to his opponents and caused concern for many Democratic voters. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
In Wilmington, Delaware, President Biden ran errands on Saturday, but the biggest task for his White House is quelling questions about his age and memory.
They're wrong, and they're inaccurate.
Republican special counsel Robert Hur's report recommended no criminal prosecution for mishandling classified documents, but he referred to the president's memory at least 9 times, calling him a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing.
The president's reaction at a press conference,
and then he turns around,
hasn't stopped his likely opponent, former President Trump, from piling on.
The special counsel's report tries to let Biden off by claiming that he is too mentally incompetent to convict at a trial.
On the campaign trail, Nikki Haley again went after the age of both Biden and Trump.
America can do better than 2 80-year-olds for president.
Horribly disappointing that we can't get younger candidates.
This weekend in South Carolina, some Democratic voters shared their concerns with CBS News.
But the young people aren't going to come out and vote for him. We're going to lose the young vote.
I would like to be able to vote for someone who is younger but does kind of have that level of credibility.
Perception as a candidate is what concerns me.
In an email to Biden campaign donors Saturday, First Lady Jill Biden said of her husband, he's 81, doing more in an hour than most people do in a day. Joe has wisdom, empathy, and vision. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And this weekend on the campaign trail, former President Donald Trump also questioned the whereabouts of Nikki Haley's husband, suggesting he hasn't been visible at events. Haley said in a social media response to Trump, quote, "Michael is deployed serving our country, something you know nothing about," end quote. Well, cold weather can have adverse impacts on our skin, so how can you keep it looking healthy? In this morning's health conversation, our Shane Hogan sits down with Dr. Rupa Shah to share some winter skin tips. Here now is that conversation.
Skin dryness and irritation can arrive with the colder winter weather. As a Some Health family medicine physician and wellness coach, Dr. Rupa Shah offers some tips on how to care for your skin in this dry winter Wisconsin air. All right, Dr. Shah, how does the cold weather affect our skin? We'll start there.
Yeah, so when we start getting less humidity in the air, really what it does is that top kind of lipid layer of our skin really gets dehydrated. And that's what leads to that dry, itchy, flaky skin. We're just losing moisture from that lipid layer that normally helps trap in that moisture in our skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what can people do out there to keep their skin healthy this time of year?
Yeah, so I mean, drinking plenty of water, that's always going to be helpful.
Sure.
Getting a humidifier sometimes can help. Just add back a little bit of moisture into the skin. Making sure you have a water softener is also helpful. And then there's plenty of nice skincare products that can really help keep that lipid layer well balanced. And even taking probiotics can really be helpful for your skin microbiome as well.
That's interesting. Now, is there anything else we can do to help with the dryness and, you know, something that's affordable? You get on social media nowadays and there's 8,000 products out there. But, you know, maybe just some of the really basic ones.
Right. There are actually some really excellent drugstore brands that are great moisturizing products. And what you really want to aim for in the winter are moisturizing creams. Creams are more moisturizing and trap in that moisture versus lotions. So lotions, you know, you put them on, they're a little bit more watery, but creams really kind of help support that lipid barrier. So things like CeraVe that have the ceramides in them really are a great product for dry skin. Neutrogena makes some great products. Eucerin, you know, there's a whole lot, but you want to look for a moisturizing cream that can really be helpful. And some people tend to like even oils if your skin can tolerate that. Can be really nice.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Shaw, where else can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
All right, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Still ahead here on Weekend Mornings, Andrew checks in with Saturday's news and sports. We'll hear how the Badgers men's did against Rutgers. And here's today's day in history.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Attention Wisconsin residents. If you're looking for individual or family dental coverage and want a dental plan that fits your needs, Momentum Insurance can help. We are a locally owned Madison-based insurance company and a trusted provider of all dental insurance needs with friendly, helpful customer service and high value in coverage and cost. To learn more or enroll, visit our website, MomentumPlans.com. That's MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Plans, dental insurance you can smile about.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, Best Catering. Cast a nomination for Beef Butter Barbecue and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
Hey, Lainey, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Hi.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, our area is expected to be fairly calm, but here's a look at the forecast across the rest of the United States. So over the next few days, we're going to see some rain to the south of us, mostly in the southeast to mid-Atlantic, and that will turn into a possible snowstorm for the early portion of the week in the northeast. As we get into Thursday, we'll see some precipitation across the Midwest. That will be that snow and some light rain that will impact our area. And then for the later portion of the week, more rain to the south of us, also a system entering the western half of the United States. And for the weekend, we'll see a system impact the southeastern portion of the United States. Now, here's a look at the temperature outlook over the next 8 to 14 days. It does look like we'll be near average, with a lot of the United States either near or below average, which is a big shift from what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. It hasn't just been us that has been above average. It's been a lot of the United States. Precipitation-wise, most of the rain during this time frame will stay to the west of us. Also going to see some decent rain to the southeast.
Back on
on January 26th, Wisconsin men's basketball destroyed Michigan State at home and sat atop the Big Ten with an 8-1 record in conference play. The Badgers soared to number 6 in the national rankings, but then the wheels came off Bucky's run. After winning 15 of 17, they came in today having lost 3 straight, make that yesterday, and looked to rebound against a struggling Rutgers team. A.J. Storr sizing up his man through the contact and won. He'd finished with 14 points. The three-point play cut the Scarlet Knights' lead down to 6. And then in the second half, Badgers trail by 15 with 8 minutes to go. And Connor Essegian was a bright spot for Bucky yesterday. Fires a 3 and butter. CE3 finished with a season-high 15 points, but ultimately, Rutgers was just too much. They'd add a late 3 here to balloon their lead bigger than 20. Wisconsin loses their 4th straight game. 78-56 is your final. But if there's one team you could always count on to bring you up from losses like that, it's Wisconsin women's hockey. The defending national champs have won 12 straight and are coming off a 10-0 shutout over Bemidji State 2 nights ago. And it was this kind of a weekend for the Badgers. Watch Kelly Gorbatenko just casually sling the puck up ice, and it squeaks through the goalie's 5-hole. They don't get much easier than that, and you don't see that often. Bottom of your screen, Gorbatenko hits it, and it just goes right in between the goalie's legs. And then in the third period, about 7 minutes left, Badgers up 4-zip. Why not 5? Kirsten Sims scores her 4th goal of the weekend as the Badgers handle the Beavers. 7-0 is your final. And the Badger men were trying to complete a sweep of their own back home facing Notre Dame. Scoreless in the first period. Wisconsin looking to strike first, and a wide-open William Whitelaw scores the goal. Take another look at the one-timer. Whitelaw puts the Badgers on the board. Wisconsin ahead 1-0. And then in the third, Bucky up 2-1, trying to put this one away. And look at Sawyer Scholl with the wraparound goal. You may not have seen that at first. Take another look. Wraps around the goaltender. It's a goal. The Badgers win it, and the Irish's luck runs out. Wisconsin wins 3-2. And after splitting their first 2 games of the season, Wisconsin softball bounced back in a big way. They beat Boise State 9-0 behind 4 bombs yesterday before beating Maine by the same score. What a start on the diamond. That's your morning sports fix. Have a super Sunday and enjoy the Super Bowl right here on News 3 Now.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're here to help protect your legacy as you build it. Also, you can enjoy your dreams. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Celebrate President's Day with Steinhoffels and indulge in the ultimate relaxation experience. Test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress for your chance to win a dream vacation to Hawaii. Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at only $399. Plus, save up to $1,000 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. And when you upgrade to the luxurious Beauty Rest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Shop Steinhoffels President's Day sale.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Introducing the Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network.
Wisconsin Wayfinder is a great resource. It's one place to find out about all the information that you need.
We want to hear from anybody who's supporting any child age 0 to 21 with any disability, special health care need, mental health diagnosis, whatever it is.
Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Call 877-WISC-WAY.
Quarterback gets ready, steps up, hands off the wrist to the running back.
Oh, Fritz.
He spins outside.
What you got there?
Avoids pressure. Stretches and brings it home.
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
After a serious crash, the insurance company wants to pay you as little as possible. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We'll fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we can help you protect your joy, your legacy, and your dreams. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Dig, if you will, the picture of a fabulous night of networking, silent auctions, raffles, and live entertainment featuring the Prince Experience. Get ready to party like it's 1999 with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County and Hearts for Helping. Mark your calendars for February 23rd and join us for a night of pure joy, unforgettable moments, and the music of Prince. Let's go crazy together at Hearts for Helping 2024. Tickets are on sale now at bgcdc.org.
Right now it's 7:30 on weekend mornings, continuing coverage of Thursday's historic tornadoes in southern Wisconsin. How you can help out people impacted by the storm. Plus, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Details on today's Chiefs 49ers matchup in Las Vegas.
And looking at the forecast going forward, it's going to be pretty quiet. I'll have the full details, though, coming up.
And good morning, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Sunday, February 11th. Singer-songwriter Sheryl Crow turns 62 today. Let's take a look outside this morning. Jacob Montesano is here for your Sunday forecast.
Thanks, Kyle. We are going to see temperatures and conditions very similar to yesterday, although we're not going to be quite as breezy. Right now, cloudy skies, temperatures are in the upper 20s, but we are expected to see sunshine once again by the afternoon. Winds, though, very calm. Now, temperatures have been above average. You know, we keep saying above average, near average, below it. Here's what we're supposed to be for this time of year. So the average high this time of year is 30, and that's been fairly close to what we've seen as far as the low temperatures. And a few days ago, the days that we had the tornadoes, the low temperature was well above the average high that we normally see this time of the year. So just for reference, that is what we normally see, and we'll be close to that towards the end of the week. But for the first half of this week, we're going to remain above average. So here's a look at the current temperatures. Right now, we're in the 20s for much of our area. Places just east of La Crosse may see temperatures right now in the teens, but for the most part, we're seeing 20s. Current radar is completely clear. That's the case for a lot of the Midwest and Great Lakes region, just a few flurries here and there. And we're not expecting to see much precipitation over the next couple of days either. So here's a look at the forecast for today. We'll see sunshine by the afternoon with highs in the upper 30s. Winds are not going to be too bad, and this will be the case for Madison as well. Sunshine by the afternoon hours. Winds maxing out around 7 miles per hour, highs in the upper 30s. I'll have a full detailed forecast for the upcoming work week coming up a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. Now, what are some of our top stories this morning? As the cleanup continues from Thursday's historic February tornadoes, the Evansville Fire Department is collecting and distributing donations to those who need them. They're accepting everything from toiletries to snacks to bottled water. On Saturday, the local Home Depot dropped off some free supplies as well. They say it's all in an effort to help out others in the community.
I grew up rurally my whole life, and it's kind of just always been the thing. I'm not surprised by it at all. You know, the rural community like that, they're not going to ask for a lot of help. So you got to almost give it to them, you know, and we're trying to do that.
If you need donations or wish to help out too, there is another opportunity today from 9 to 5 p.m. A man is dead after being struck by a vehicle in Janesville last night. Janesville police say the incident happened at around 6:45 near the 600 block of West Milwaukee Street. They say a vehicle traveling westbound struck a 34-year-old man who ran into the middle of the roadway. The driver of the vehicle fled but was later found by police. The victim was taken to an area hospital to be treated but died of his injuries. The suspect, a 23-year-old, is currently being held at the Rock County Jail. Wisconsin Representative Mike Gallagher, who represents the Green Bay and Fox Valley region, announced Saturday he will not seek re-election. Gallagher represented the state's 8th district since 2017 and is the head of the House Select Committee on China, which has been highlighted for its bipartisan work. A week ago, he gained attention for being one of 4 Republicans in the House to join all Democrats in voting against the impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. In his statement, he said, quote, "Electoral politics was never supposed to be a career, and trust me, Congress is no place to grow old. And so with a heavy heart, I have decided not to run for re-election." He reaffirmed he referenced to his time in Congress as, quote, "the honor of a lifetime." It's game on today for America's largest sporting event of the year. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Kansas City Chiefs in a rematch that's been 4 years in the making. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill is in Las Vegas, where all the action is already getting underway.
It's finally game day, and ahead of kickoff, Las Vegas is buzzing.
Energy built up, ready to let it out. Just excited.
What are you most excited for?
The game, the party, the atmosphere.
Of the nearly 500,000 people estimated to fill Sin City, only about 65,000 will get to watch Super Bowl 58 from inside Allegiant Stadium tonight. Nevada natives Michelle and John saved up for over a year to make sure they'll be under the dome.
Honestly, I'm 63 years old, never been to a Super Bowl, bucket list, and we just saved up our money. We're regular people.
The big game creates the ultimate security operation.
We have a 10-mile radius where we're ensuring that traffic's not coming into this site.
In the air, Customs and Border Protection helicopters equipped with powerful cameras will be keeping a close watch.
So we're always looking for, obviously for the smaller aircraft, we're basically doing crowd control, threat assessment.
On the ground, officers from more than 30 agencies are on patrol, scanning every vehicle that goes into the stadium.
We're screening about 200 to 300 trucks a day.
As the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers get in one last practice, fans are fired up and the bets are rolling in. From who'll take home the Vince Lombardi Trophy to how often Taylor Swift shows up on screen and what guests Usher might pull on stage at halftime.
It's Vegas, so it's all or nothing, right?
Going all in on Las Vegas's first Super Bowl. Jared Hill, CBS News, Las Vegas.
And of course, the Super Bowl airs here on CBS at 5:30 tonight. Still ahead, we'll take a look at an Oregon, Wisconsin man's 8-track collection and how he hopes the format makes a bit of a comeback, just like others have. Time now is 7:37. We'll be right back.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
We've been spending a lot more time than ever at home these days. Maybe now you've just noticed cold air coming in from a couple windows, which means you're losing heat in the winter, losing cooling in the summer, losing money. Now is the time for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. And right now, when you buy one window or patio door, get one at 40% off. Plus, there's no money down, no payments for 12 months, and no interest for 12 months.
1-800-216-7421.
News 3 Now and Vortex presents Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy Two, Get Two free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 is so good, the crew is giving every combination code names.
Bis squared.
Egg and cheese biscuit and sausage biscuit. 2 biscuits. I'm impressed Tyler knew what squaring was.
Mathlete.
No matter what you call it, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Harker Heating and Cooling for Best Heating and Cooling. Nominate Harker and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
News 3 is seeking top sales talent to join our media sales team. We're not just hiring, we're building careers. Apply at channel3000.com. Unlock your earning potential and be a part of something big.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, etc.
Now, when we had the tornadoes a few days ago, it wasn't the only severe weather hazard. This photo was sent in by Sarah from Janesville, showing some pretty decent-sized hail. Looks like a little bit smaller than golf ball, probably between nickel and golf ball size. But the hail was also a bit of a hazard during that severe weather, and the lightning was also on display. That was the case here in Madison as well. Pretty impressive light show during the storm. I noticed that as I was, just kind of lounging around. Thankfully, I was off, and meteorologists Alex Harrington and Gary Canolti did a great job. But nonetheless, it was a pretty big light show on display with those storms rolling through. So thank you all for submitting your weather photos. If you'd like to submit your own, you can go to our website, channel3000.com, click on the weather tab, and scroll down to post your own. It's as simple as that.
Thank you, Jacob. Vinyl cassettes, Blu-rays, and more people. They're bringing them back from physical media for movies and music. But there's another format that, went away because it's pretty useless and breaks a lot. As our Brady Mallory shares, an Oregon, Wisconsin man can't get enough of these clunky cartridges.
From the first moment, Ryan Young played his first cartridge.
The players make a pretty annoying ka-chunk sound.
Something clicked. And soon he could count on 8 tracks to bring him joy.
There's something about the nostalgia of hearing music on the format that it was originally released on that's kind of fun too.
Years ago, Young's friend gave him some 8 tracks and a player.
It didn't take me long to realize I was addicted.
So Young got another one, and another, and another, and another, until they kept piling up. And now he has quite a collection, 1,200 and counting.
So I have to listen to 3 a day if I want to hear the collection in a year.
Upstairs and downstairs, these little bricks line several shelves.
Diana Ross, Gil Scott-Heron, Nina Simone, Sly and the Family Stone, Edwin Starr, Rufus Thomas, Tower of Power, War.
Some of his finds were pretty cheap. Others, kind of worth a king's ransom.
I think I have a Prince album that is from around 1987 that is in the ballpark of $350 in the sealed mint condition.
It's a quirky collection, and some of you young'uns may ask, well, what the heck is an 8-track? Well, the cartridges roamed the earth long before streaming. Your folks might understand you. Starting in the 1960s, they allowed people to listen to music in their cars. Each cartridge has a long loop of tape that plays music. No need to rewind like cassettes. Hush not, child. By the late 80s, though, these strange little creatures essentially became extinct to some other dinosaurs. You know, cassettes and CDs. Why? Even though they're treasure to Young, they mostly ended up in the trash.
They weren't designed terribly well. They tend to self-destruct, especially with neglect or being moved around and jostled, like in a car or being shipped. And they need periodic maintenance, actually. And so most people, that's not something they want to do. And so they fail and they chuck them.
Young tries to keep his collection small.
I think I'm failing there as well.
But admits it's hard to not want more.
What does your wife think about it? She continues to tolerate it.
It's been a while since 8 tracks had their day in the sun, which is actually good because the heat probably would ruin them. Anyway, Ryan Young says collecting 8 tracks brings a lot of light to his life. And who doesn't want that on one continuous loop?
They're kind of a made fun of format, and they're rare and you usually don't see them. So they're kind of mysterious, and I like that they were different.
Young says he hopes more people start collecting 8 tracks, saying it could make the medium more popular, giving them more options and perhaps bringing back newer and better players for them. Still ahead here on Weekend Mornings, Andrew will check in with Saturday's news and sports. And let's take a live look outside. Jacob has a full check of your forecast just ahead.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Fall in love with your bathroom again with a new tub or shower by Tundraland. As the exclusive jacuzzi bath remodel dealer of Wisconsin, remodels with Tundraland give your home life-changing results with minimal disruption. Traditional remodels can take weeks or even months to complete, but when you work with Tundraland, most installations are done in one day. That means our team can arrive at breakfast and you'll have a beautiful new jacuzzi system by dinner. Our install team works efficiently to transform your bathroom, leaving it spotless when they leave. No mess, no stress, just pure relaxation. Many of our customers, like Regina and Dennis, were surprised at how easy and stress-free the process was.
The team has been great.
It was just phenomenal.
It's been a great experience. I can't even express it. I'm just excited.
The team actually set the expectation. We just can't wait to see the finished product.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love it. Thank you, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Thank you. Oh my God. I cannot wait. Oh my God, I can't wait.
And not only will your bathroom look stunning, but it will also be equipped with the most advanced features for your comfort and convenience. Tundraland understands that safety should never be sacrificed for style. That's why our jacuzzi bath remodels include features like grab shelves, strategically placed to act as grab bars, giving you peace of mind without sacrificing the stylish appeal of your bathroom. Ready to transform your bathroom into a space you can enjoy? Call us at 800-TUNDRALAND or visit tundraland.com to schedule your free design consultation. We're waiving installation fees all month long. Let Tundraland give you the jacuzzi bath or shower you'll love to wake up to. We'll bring the showroom to you and waive all install fees too. And Tundraland makes your project affordable with no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2025. Call 800-TUNDRALAND or visit tundraland.com today before we change our minds.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, Best Catering. Cast a nomination for Beef Butter Barbecue and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Quarterback gets ready, steps up, hands off the wrist to the running back.
Oh, Ritz.
He spins outside.
What you got there?
Avoids pressure. Stretches and brings it home.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's one final look at the 3 things you need to know for this week. We are going to be fairly dry, but we do have a chance of some snow showers Wednesday night. But that chance of snow does look to be pretty small. I wouldn't be surprised if several portions of our area don't see any snow at all. And as far as temperatures, we'll be above average to start the week, near average to end the week. Now, what exactly is near average? That's we're seeing a high of around 30. That is the average high, and we've been above that each of the last 14 days and even beyond the last 2 weeks. In fact, the day we had the tornadoes, it was 26 degrees above normal. Now, over the next 2 weeks, we are going to see those temperatures drop back to near average, starting, it looks like, around Friday. And it looks like that will continue for the foreseeable future beyond the 10-day forecast. So temperatures will, at the very least, feel a little bit more like winter. Still not very cold. We're still going to see temperatures well above 0, but it is going to be colder than the last couple of days. Now, here's a look at the precipitation forecast. We'll see sunshine later today, and we'll continue to see the clear skies for tonight and early tomorrow. On and off cloud cover for Monday and Tuesday. But then as we get into Wednesday, we are going to see some snow move into La Crosse's region, especially to the north of La Crosse. But that should clear out pretty quickly by Wednesday afternoon. And then Wednesday overnight into early Thursday, we'll see another system move in, this time in the southern portion of the state, and impact some areas early Thursday morning. But that, too, will clear out pretty quickly. By the time we get to Thursday afternoon, we are expected to be dry again. So here's a look at the precipitation chances. Pretty much a 0% chance of precipitation through Wednesday. And then Wednesday night into Thursday, looks like it'll be a bit better chance. I should say this is Madison. You folks near La Crosse could see some precipitation Wednesday. But for Madison, we won't see the precipitation until Wednesday night. And it will mostly be in the form of snow. Looks like temperatures will be cool enough to see the snow, with a slight chance of some flurries on Friday. So here's one more look at the forecast today. Plenty of sunshine by the afternoon hours with high temperatures in the upper 30s. Here's a look at the 10-day forecast. Fairly dry, but we are going to see some snow possibly Wednesday into Thursday. Even though we're not going to see a lot of snow, we are going to see the temperatures drop. So by Friday, we could see high temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s, and that looks to continue through the weekends. Now, by the next work week, we could see temperatures creep up a little bit, but it still looks like we'll be near average. By the time we get to the weekend, the average high will be 32. So if we're in the upper 20s, we'll be certainly below average, and even if we're right around 30, that will still be below average for that time. Here's Madison's forecast. Once again, mild for the first half of the week, colder by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. And it looks like we do have another chance of some possible snow next Monday and Tuesday. But at this point, every chance of snow you see looks to be very light, not going to be a huge issue, and we're certainly not going to see a lot of accumulations. The bigger story, though, will be the change in temperatures by the time we get to the weekend.
Back on January 26th, Wisconsin men's basketball destroyed Michigan State at home and sat atop the Big Ten with an 8-1 record in conference play. The Badgers soared to number 6 in the national rankings, but then the wheels came off Bucky's run. After winning 15 of 17, they came in today having lost 3 straight, make that yesterday, and looked to rebound against a struggling Rutgers team. A.J. Storr sizing up his man, through the contact and won. He'd finished with 14 points. The three-point play cut the Scarlet Knights lead down to 6. And then in the second half, Badgers trail by 15 with 8 minutes to go. And Connor Essegian was a bright spot for Bucky yesterday. Fires a 3 and butter. CE3 finished with a season-high 15 points, but ultimately, Rutgers was just too much. They'd add a late 3 here to balloon their lead bigger than 20. Wisconsin loses their 4th straight game. 78-56 is your final. But if there's one team you could always count on to bring you up from losses like that, it's Wisconsin women's hockey. The defending national champs have won 12 straight and are coming off a 10-0 shutout over Bemidji State 2 nights ago. And it was this kind of a weekend for the Badgers. Watch Kelly Gorbatenko just casually sling the puck up ice, and it squeaks through the goalie's 5-hole. They don't get much easier than that. And you don't see that often. Bottom of your screen, Gorbatenko hits it, and it just goes right in between the goalie's legs. And then in the third period, about 7 minutes left, Badgers up 4-zip. Why not 5? Kirsten Sims scores her 4th goal of the weekend as the Badgers handle the Beavers. 7-0 is your final. And the Badger men were trying to complete a sweep of their own back home facing Notre Dame. Scoreless in the first period. Wisconsin looking to strike first, and a wide open William Whitelaw scores the goal. Take another look at the one-timer. Whitelaw puts the Badgers on the board. Wisconsin ahead 1-0. And then in the third, Bucky up 2-1, trying to put this one away. And look at Sawyer Scholl with the wraparound goal. You may not have seen that at first. Take another look. Wraps around the goaltender. It's a goal. The Badgers win it, and the Irish's luck runs out. Wisconsin wins 3-2. And after splitting their first 2 games of the season, Wisconsin softball bounced back in a big way. They beat Boise State 9-0 behind 4 bombs yesterday before beating Maine by the same score. What a start on the diamond. That's your morning sports fix. Have a super Sunday and enjoy the Super Bowl right here on News 3 Now.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
News 3 Now and Vortex present Spirit of Service, honoring those who've made a real difference in our community.
Do you know a veteran whose actions have been a positive force in the area? If so, nominate them for the Spirit of Service Award.
Log on to channel3000.com, nominate a veteran, and tell us why they're a pillar in our community. A winner will be selected on March 11th.
Help us celebrate our hometown heroes.
The Spirit of Service Award, presented by Vortex.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Family, no matter how you define it,
brother and sister, best friends, or father and son, family is what brings us together.
Family is the support that gives us the strength to go out and make the world a better place.
The time you spend together is valuable, now more than ever. We'd like to thank you for taking a minute and spending that time with our Cleary family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cleary Building Corp. Since 1978.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Can't do this job if you don't make your family part of it.
In a pressure-packed job that's pretty much 24/7, a strong family bond anchored by his wife is what helps Wisconsin Badger football coach Luke Fickell stay centered.
I sat down with the coach for a candid conversation about football and family.
And I met with Amy Fickell. The coach's wife talks about how their family has adjusted to life in Wisconsin.
You can't get too high with the highs, and you can't get too low with the lows.
A News 3 Now exclusive with Wisconsin football's first family, tonight at 10.
And finally this morning, some tips for hosting a Super Bowl watch party today. Whether you're watching for the football, the commercials, or tuning in to see Taylor Swift, chances are you're also loading up on Super Bowl snacks. But make sure that food doesn't cause you to fumble. To avoid getting sick, the U.S. Department of Agriculture says not to keep perishable foods out at room temperature for more than 2 hours, and make sure to keep hot food hot and cold food cold. They also say to avoid cross-contamination by keeping hands, counters, cutting boards, and utensils clean, especially when handling raw meat and poultry. Here now is Jacob Madison with one final check of your Super Bowl Sunday forecast.
I have to laugh. You know Taylor Swift is such a big name when you mention her, but you didn't even mention who's performing at halftime, which is Usher. So I just find that funny. Anyway, let's take a look at lacrosse's 10-day forecast. Temperatures will peak in the lower 40s the next few days, possibly upper 40s Wednesday. And then we have a chance of snow Wednesday into Thursday. That will cool things off for the weekend with highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Overall, though, by the time we get to the weekend with the colder temperatures, we still are going to see some sunshine. Overall, it's going to be very quiet. I know there are a few chances of snow, but each individual chance looks to be pretty light. We're not expecting to see any accumulation. Each of these snowfalls will not amount to much. So it's going to remain quiet, mild first half of the week, colder the second half, especially by the time we get to Friday. So it's going to be a pretty normal February week with nothing crazy above average or below average or in precipitation.
Hey, by the way, the Chiefs and 49ers, they're playing too.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching. Have a great Sunday, folks.